Hi, my name is Jefrain Gallipoli. I am a senior effect designer at TikTok, and today I'll be showing you how to create a makeup effect using Effect House. Well, welcome everyone. Nice to meeting everybody through the internet. Let me share my screen really quick, please. And okay, I believe everyone can see my screen now. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, my name is Jefrain Gallipoli. I am a senior designer here at TikTok. I've been here for about almost 4 years now, which has been amazing. Um, and yeah, as you can see here, this is a little bit of my work. Uh, a lot of character design, a lot of vibrant colors, um, and just beautiful magic worlds. That's pretty much what I'm passionate about. Um, and yeah, um, hope you all excited and ready for this Effect House tutorial, just as we're all here today. A little bit to share about myself. A couple of previous effects that I've done in the past. You can see here a lot of face makeups, like this crazy gremlin one, this sandwich panini. This is one of my favorite, as well as this drag makeup that we did for DragCon a couple of years ago, which was amazing. Yeah, feel free uh, to search for me on TikTok. There is also, I have another TikTok where I share my progress work of my illustration. So um, yeah, you're all welcome. I hope to see some of you there. Okay, so let's get started. Um, okay, the first thing you're gonna do when you're creating a makeup effect on Effect House, so you're gonna go ahead and download your template from the website, and this is pretty much what you're gonna see there. This is our template. Uh, as you can see, we have a lot of divisions here that are super helpful for the moment when you're exporting all your assets and bringing them into the Effect House. Um, but yeah, for the purpose of right now, I'm gonna start turning off this so we can focus only on the face, which is where we're gonna start. Okay. Before you start, this is all personal preference. This is just the way I work, but this is not the only rule or the only way to do anything here. You can do whatever is easier for you. But the way I like to start is I love searching for inspiration, seeing what is it that I want to make. I just, um, a quick search online of something that inspire me, and then I'll start from there. For the purpose of this tutorial, I already practiced a little bit beforehand, and this is what we're gonna be trying to recreate in this today in this tutorial. But you can do anything in here. I have another sample here, a little Katrina inspired by the Day of the Dead. And as you can see, they're completely different, but they all work amazingly in our effect house. Okay, so let's get started. If you're not a professional makeup artist in the real world, that is completely okay. I'm also not. But my For You page on TikTok is actually full of a lot of makeup for some reason. Maybe it's because that's what I mostly do here. But I like starting getting like a sample of an actual color palette. This can be online. I just like referencing actual makeup palettes online, and that's where I grab some of my colors. Of course, all of these colors are not the exact I use. I always tweak some stuff a little bit. But yeah, if you have experience with makeup in real life, this actually will be easier for you because it's pretty much the same. but again, it's not a requirement. Okay, so let's start. Because we're gonna be focusing on the face first, we're gonna go to the face mask panel. This is how you're gonna see it when you download it. Just turn that off so you can start your own makeup. And we're gonna start with actual contouring, like in real life. Gonna grab a little darker color here. And with a really soft round airbrush that works. I honestly use the preset ones that are in Photoshop. No, nothing about fancy brushes or anything, but that doesn't mean that you cannot use your fancy brushes. Use everything that you feel comfortable with. Um, so let's get started here, like carving a little bit of the face, uh, just giving a little bit more volume to your this flat image. I'm gonna just give it a little bit more 3D aspect. This is really rough, so don't worry. We're just gonna be like making rough lines here, and I promise this is gonna change. So just trust the process. A little bit of nose contour with carving some of those eyeshadows, eyelids under the tip of the nose and under the lips. Okay, and then the magic of Photoshop, we're all gonna go ahead and use a layer mode for that, and we're gonna do a multiply, transform that into a multiply layer, and we're gonna lower the opacity like a bunch, a lot. So as you can see, this is not as crazy as it was before, but it is giving it a little bit of depth to that face. So that's step one right there. I also am a fan of the smudge tool. Also, not a requirement. You can use any brush that you are comfortable using to blend some of those edges, bring it in more inside and correct a little bit of your work that you did earlier. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and make an extra layer, and we're gonna repeat that again just to give a little bit more depth in the edges, you know, just to give a little more drama, because we love drama here. And again, the same multiply layer, and we're going to lower the opacity to a reasonable amount. And this is it. We are starting to see more volume on this face. Now let's go with highlight, which is one of my favorite parts. I will grab like a peachy color, kind of like really light, like a lot of white into that for the highlights. And then again, we're just gonna roughly mark where we want those highlights to be. And we're gonna use either a screen mode or color dodge, whatever, or a linear dodge, whichever you want, and it's calling for you. So this is actually not too bright enough. Let me actually go and with a hue and saturation. If you don't know that command, that is Command or Control U, and we are gonna lighten up that a little bit more. Okay, and then so again, like you do contouring on your face, we're gonna be marking those highlights, your forehead, your then bridge of your nose, a little bit of your cheeks. Okay. And I like to lower this a little bit. Okay, let me see. Where is my, okay, right here. So I go to filter and I use Gaussian blur right here, and we're gonna bring that to whatever you see. There is not a set rule for this, so this is pretty much eyeballing until the end. But yeah, if you can see, this looks a little more bright, more blurred out. And again, we're gonna lower the opacity to this because that's a little too much. Okay, just a nice 45, it's fine there. Okay, and now again, we're gonna repeat the same process, but now we're gonna a little bit of more detail with this more this pressure brush. Okay, and so I'll zoom in and I will exaggerate that bridge here, a little bit on the tip of the nose, the eyebrows, cheek.
Jefrain, sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt, but we do have a question. Someone would like to know, Joe would like to know, is the Photoshop template being shown here available on the Effect House website?
yeah, correct. Yes, it sure is.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. And okay, so going back to this, I like adding this little bit of highlight. It gives it a little bit of a plastic look to it, more like a wet look also, if you like that term a little bit better. Um, and again, we're gonna go ahead and screen that, lower the opacity, and with my lovely smudge tool, we're gonna blend that a little bit so it's not that strong. And it's subtle, it's there, it makes you look like you just came out of the shower or the steamy room and your face is glowing.
Are these templates also available in other skin tones?
uh I believe we're working on that.
Okay,
But for
cool.
the moment, this is the template you're gonna be seeing right there. But don't
And
worry, because on the Effect House app, you will see different skin tones in the model, so you can actually try your makeup that you're doing there on the app, and you will see how it reacts to different skin tones, which I'll be
okay.
showing you. Which I'll be showing you a little later today.
And last question for you really quickly. I think you're using a Mac right now, but when you're usually making effects, are you more makeup effects? Are you more geared to using an iPad sometimes, or is using a Mac like what you prefer?
Oh, actually, I do both. It's depending
Okay.
of the day. Beauty of the beauty of the iPad is that you can take it on the go and then you can work on your couch, for example, instead of in your Mac, you're always sitting down in your desktop. But it's just depending on the day and how I'm feeling. But yeah, both are completely fine and okay.
Nice. Amazing.
Okay. And okay, going back to here, we see here we have uh, 4 layers so far. You can go ahead and merge these layers or leave them like this. I prefer having them separate, and then I'll go ahead and group them all. Then I'll turn it on and off so I can see the magic happening. As you can see, we start with a more like a more flat surface on with this model, but then with the carving or the contouring, we managed to bring a little bit more depth into it. Um, as you can see here, the makeup is going out of the model, and that is completely okay. One of the amazing features that our Effect House have is like it will mask that exactly to your face, so that is not a problem to have it like this. But because I am picky, I will go ahead and create a mask. And if this little icon right here, I hope you can see it on my screen. It looks like a square with a circle in the middle. And if you're not familiar with masks, that means that you're gonna have two tones, black or white, and the black will erase and the white will bring back. So the benefits of having masks is that you can go ahead and um, erase or hide actually the stuff that you have working on, but it's never actually erasing it. So you can always go back and change it. And as a digital artist, that's one of the things why I love digital art, because you can always go back and change things. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these edges a little bit just because I am picking like that, but again, you don't need to. Okay. And that is it right now for our face mask. We are gonna move on now to our eyes. So you're gonna turn the eye group right here. I like bringing it to the top so I can see better what I'm doing. And our template will come with eyebrows, eyeliner, and eyeshadow that we created ahead of time for you guys to use. But uh, you can use these as templates, or you can create your own. This is just to help some people, those days that you're feeling a little lazy. But yeah, we encourage everybody to create your own things. Let me go back to my handy tutorial that I did before, just so I can see my reference. Okay, lots of yellow, lots of oranges. Okay, so I'm gonna go now and grab those tones from my palette. Let me create a new layer right here. Let me move that R. Okay. So again, I'll grab one of my colors right here. And again, be sure that you are on your eye section. This is gonna be super helpful by the moment you start exporting your assets. Okay, and the same process that we did the face contour is gonna be the same here. Just roughly gonna start making some of that eyeshadow colors. I'll bring that a little bit under the eyes. Okay, and again, we love multiplying here and lowering the opacity of everything. Okay, then I'll just go with smudge tool. I'll clean that a little bit more, making sure that it's on the position I want. And again, there is not a formula to any of this. This is just personal preference, or whatever you think looks the best. Then I'll go ahead. I am going to go ahead, grab a little bit this orange color, create a new layer, and then I'll start uh, putting this on the corners to make it pop up a little bit more. Okay, multiplying again, lowering the opacity, and smudging. It's a lot of the same here. uh, you repeat that process until you have something you like. Okay. If I one thing that I like to do on the eyeshadows is I like grabbing a really light color and then put it right in the middle, so you have a shine going through, so you're making a more shimmery, like real eyeshadows. And also in the um, corners of your eye right here. Okay, and that'll bring it into a color dodge. And I'm gonna be lowering the opacity here. And actually, I'm gonna go and change the color to something I like a little more. Okay, let's drop more orange. Let's see how that looks. I'll bring it to the bottom a little bit. Let's see from a little bit from far. And okay, that's roughly it. If we want to go ahead, we can group all that. And same process, we're gonna create a mask and carve a little bit of the shape with black, just to clean those edges a little bit. Okay, and now my favorite part, which is eyeliner. Um, I'll recommend not using a super black color on the eyeliner because it makes it look a little too fakey, but a little more dark brown helps to do the trick. And let me grab this brush right here, lower this, and let's have fun with the eyeliner right here. One thing I like doing, it's rotating my canvas. If you don't know how to rotate your canvas, you press the letter R on your keyboard, and then you can go ahead and rotate this. That way I can have a better angle on working, pretty much like rotating your piece of paper when you're drawing traditionally on a piece of paper. um, clean this a little bit. Rotating. Making, bringing a little bit of eyeliner under the eye. Okay. And if we want to go, I love super crazy eyeliner. So let's just go ahead and do that here. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let me just bring this over here. And exaggerate those shapes. Okay. And again, one of the beauties of doing this on our template is that it's very symmetric. So you can go ahead and just duplicate this instead of doing it again in the other eye. We duplicate it and then we flip this and we just move it to where we want it. That sounds about right. But actually, before I do that, if you see the eyeliner looks a little too perfect sometimes, when I say perfect, a little bit too sharp. So again, I like going on my smudge tool, and then just go ahead and in some places, I will like blur a little bit of uh, these, oh, sorry, these edges. So it's not that, so it doesn't look that fake. And I'll do that over here. And they will, all this helps blending everything together. So a little bit of smudge tool, a little bit of erasing, goes a long way. And if you want to go back again and sharp some of the areas, you can just go ahead and do that. Okay, and then we duplicate, we flip this, and when we position it where we want. Okay, forgot to multiply this. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. Combine those two layers, and then I'll lower the opacity just a little bit. It's 95, it's fine. Okay, and my second favorite part is now adding eyelashes, because that's when you can see the makeup looking more cohesive and real. And we do have some eyelashes here, a preset of eyelashes. So go ahead and move that to the top. And we actually have two set of eyelashes, a smaller version of them and a more dramatic, longer one. Um, for this one, let's see, are we feeling long eyelashes or small eyelashes? I think I'm feeling more of the small eyelashes here. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep those because we don't have much time to create each individual hair. So yeah, always use work smarter sometimes. And I'll let you go a little faster. So yeah, right now, let's see what we have. We have our eyelashes here, we have our eye makeup, and we have our face mask. We are only missing some lips. And again, we have some lip template right here. And what I like doing with these lips is change the hue of them, hue and saturation right here, and make a layer mask, sorry, a clipping mask to that, so that it's only affecting your lips. And if you don't know how to clip a mask, I do command option G, and that will clip it to the lips. And I'll just play with the colors in there. Let's see, let's try to bring a little more orange into it. Okay, just okay. Change this to multiply first, and then see what we're actually working with. Okay, what about this tone right here? I think that looks cute. Okay. Yeah. We have here a separate layer where we have our lip gloss. We're faking this right here, but it looks really great when you see it on the actual template. And let me turn up this, our palettes, look our makeup from far, see how it's looking. On this version right here, I maybe went a little crazy and I started creating a bunch of gems. So I'll just show you really quick way to do all that. I have a separate here file where I have all my gems, which we created before for previous effects. We love recycling here. And yeah, this is pretty much how it sits on the face. So let's go ahead. I'll bring this to here. Let's be sure we're on the face mask. Where did they go? They went over here. And any process is different. I like going just marking with a white color where roughly I want some of my stars to be, or like the overall shape of it, making a pretty kind of like Coachella or something, music festival look. Some of them over here maybe. Okay, let's have a dingly one over here, or stuff like that. And then I would just start grabbing my shapes, duplicating them. If you keep pressing the key option and select something, you can go ahead and duplicate it. And that's pretty much how I go. And then start adding my gems, dingly gems right here. I'm not gonna do the whole process here because we're lacking a little bit of time. But this is for you guys to have a kind of understanding of the way I work before to get this effect. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna grab that and yeah, and then I'm gonna bring it to our template. Place it where it should be. Okay, and because we have some stars right here going on in the lips, I'm gonna go ahead and uh, delete that. Not delete that, cut it, and I'll paste it right there on my lips. Move it. And because I want this to show as sharp as possible, I'm not gonna use any layer mode to that. Just keep it on your normal layer. And that is pretty much it on creating makeup. Now we're gonna have fun exporting this. You can export this out however you're more used to. The way I do it is I go export and export as. And then if you can see it here on the side, you're gonna have all of those assets already separated for you. We have eyelashes, eye makeup here. Because it's grouping everything, I'm gonna actually go back. I'm gonna turn off the gem first, and then I'll reopen, turn that on later and export it separately. So export as. Okay, let's go to my desktop. Okay, and do photo. There we go. There it goes. And then I'm just gonna turn on my crowns and turn off the rest of it. And then I'm gonna go ahead, export as, and then I'll be turning off everything that I'm not re-exporting. So right now we're only exporting this, export, and I'll change the name to gems. That's it on that part. Let's see. Yeah, we have them all here in separate layers, and all PNG, so which is perfect for what we're gonna do right now. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and open our effect house. Okay, and this is what you're gonna see when you open this, and then you're gonna go ahead and create a project. And this is what you're going to see when you open this. We have our hierarchy. Right here, we have our assets, we have our preview, and we have our scene and our visual scripting here. And for makeup, we're not gonna be using any of these two panels, so let's just ignore that for now, and let's just focus on here. The first thing that you're gonna do is gonna import all your assets. Let me remove that here because that's distracting. So you're gonna go and add asset, import from your computer. I have my desktop, and you're gonna go ahead and grab everything minus the face. Open that up, and you have everything right here. As you can see on this side of the screen, you can see a preview of all of your assets. Okay. Okay, and that creates a texture folder, which we're gonna find right now. So to start applying things, the assets to your face, go through their faces. We're gonna go ahead and on the hierarchy panel, we add object, and we look for face effects, and we go to face mask. And this is what you're going to see from our template. Okay, and we're only gonna be using this panel right here, the face mask. And we have 4 options right here: whole, eye, eyelashes, and lips. And you're gonna be using all of those separately. Let's start with the whole. And on texture, you're gonna click here. So we can change that texture we have there, the preset one. We have some built-in textures, but we're focusing on the textures that we imported. So they are right there in the bottom. And let's import this one right here, face mask. And we're gonna put all the opacity to the max, which because we want to see that. And you can keep this in a normal layer. You can keep this on a multiply layer. You can use any layer you want. This works just as Photoshop did. Just find the one that it's gonna be better for you, for what you're doing. And we can go ahead here and we can start changing models, and we can see how everything is reacting to every single skin tone. Well, some of the skin tones we have here. You can see here it's like lighting it too much when keep it normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on a multiply. We can try it out in different people. That's me. Super side note that this was a super fun thing to do, modeling for this. Okay, let's go back here. And yeah, that's our first step. Now we want to import the gems. We're going to repeat the same process. We're going to go add object, face mask, whole, and we're going to look for our gems right here. Okay, and we can see them right there. And I'll bring that to a max too, because I'm not trying to blend any of that. Okay, what else? Again, face mask. And now we're gonna move to the eyes. Okay, same process. Go down, find your eye texture and import it. Bring that as however you want. There's a multiply, you can keep it normal. I might keep it normal for this one and just lower the opacity a little bit so you can see the colors a little more. Yeah, I think, yeah, like that. Let's try a different person here. Okay. Let's now move on to the lips. Okay, face mask here. Oops, sorry, here. Whole change. Okay, let's move on to the eyelashes. Let's keep that in order. Again, texture. Let's import your eyelash right here. And again, let's move that to a max opacity. And let's see how it changed from normal. Yeah, I think I like normal better for this one too. And finally, we have our lips, and it's gonna be exact same process. All lips. Okay, and this one is, let's move that to the max again. Right now we can see a little bit of color going on. Yeah, see how it looks normal. That's a little too bright. Let's move that down a little bit. Okay, yeah, I like that a little better. Let's try somebody else. Okay. Okay. And then you can go ahead and try everybody on this list, and you can see how the makeup reacts. So when you move down, when you open your mouth, you're gonna see those lips opening up. If you were scared that that wasn't gonna happen, it did happen. And yeah, suggest you to try every single model. We have tons here. We have full body, two people, hands, everything here. And that is pretty much it. I think, yeah, this is the end of of this tutorial. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Hope you learned something new today. So I hope you all have some fun learning here too. Yeah.